Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you all about what we're doing in our upcoming homeschool year for history and science and a few extras, so stick around. Alright guys, I've got some fun things to share with you today. You have been asking what are we doing for history and science for the 2024-2025 school year, so now I'm going to share that with you today, as well as a few extras that we're also going to be doing. So just a few different books that I'm planning to go through with them in the upcoming school year. So for history, this is going to surprise you guys, but just bear with me. We are going to be doing To Every Nation by Not Consumed. I know this is not really a history curriculum, okay? I'm very aware of that, but I am very excited about it. There is a lot of history in it, okay? And a lot of geography and so many things that I really want my kids to know. If you're not familiar with this curriculum, it basically goes through 12 missionaries and you're learning all about their life. So in this particular one that I have, these are all the missionaries that you're gonna learn about in the school year. And this is probably going to only take us the first half of the school year. And so I'm not totally sure what we're going to be doing for the second half. We may do, I think they have 2 of these. So we may do the second one. But I wanted to start out with this one. So this curriculum goes along with the Christian Heroes Then and Now book series. And so we already have several of the books on this list. So those are the ones that we're planning to read. And so we're not reading every single book on the list that goes along with the missionaries. I want to make that clear. There are lesson plans in the front for how you can follow it if you want to do it that way, but I don't think I'm going to be following that exactly. I think what we're going to do is just start with one of the missionaries, and I need to sit down with my kids and see which one they want to do, because we've got several different books, and I'm just going to sit down with them and say, okay, which one do y'all want to start with? And we'll just start reading through that one book about that particular missionary. And you can actually get most of those on Audible too, so we may listen to some of the book too as well as read it, but I'm not sure about all of that yet. And we'll probably do this like twice a week is what I'm thinking. We will not do this every day, but each day there is a missionary featured. So you'll start out by reading a biography basically of that missionary and what happened in his life, the country that he served, and then it starts talking about that particular country. So this one is Hudson Taylor, and so he ministered in China. So it talks all about China. You research the language spoken, the religious beliefs, the facts about the people. You look up their flag. You can see their map and just all of that. And so these pages I will photocopy and put in a notebook for each one of my kids. And so we will probably do just a few pages each time we do this. We will not do like a full lesson where we read about him and then we do all of the pages that go along with it. We'll just do a few pages a day. There's also copy work in here, which is also really cool. So we may or may not do this. We already have some copy work with some of the different curriculums that we're doing. So I feel like we'll probably skip the copy work part. But then there's also more. There is this page that talks about where he was born, the country he lived in, the country he served in, the dates he lived there, what struggles he faced, interesting facts. And then there's even more right here. So there's another page that talks about, is asking you to write an essay about someone in the Bible, showing how they endured difficult circumstances. Or you can make an obstacle course in your backyard that requires endurance. You can write an encouraging letter to a missionary who lives in a hostile area. And then you can write what you learned that week. We will be doing this a couple of times a week. I also still have U.S. History 3 from Gather Round and Living Off the Land from Gather Round, which we did not finish last year. So we have a good bit left in both of those books. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of that throughout too, just to get some traditional history in there too. But I really think this will be sufficient and they're gonna learn so much. And last year we read the Nate Saint Christian Heroes Then and Now read aloud, and they absolutely loved it and they were enthralled. And so I know that they're going to be really into this and we're going to learn a lot together as a family. And it's just something I'm really passionate about, is teaching my kids about missions and missionaries. And so I know I'll really enjoy teaching this. So that's what we're gonna do. And maybe in January we may start like a more traditional history, but I'm just gonna try this out and see how we like this for history this year. So then let's talk about science. I don't have the book yet. They're still shipping it to me, but we are gonna do Apologia's Earth Science, and I'm really excited about this. Apologia is pretty new for us. We've never done anything with Apologia, but I was watching my friend Wendy. If you're not following her, she's Plan Prep Pray on YouTube. She was talking all about Apologia's science unit the other day, and it looked so well done, and it looked like it would be perfect for our family. So that is one of the reasons I decided to go with Apologia for science this year. We are gonna be doing their Earth Science. I don't know if I said that or not, but I have it pulled up on my laptop right here, so I'll kind of explain to you what all is in it. So they have the textbook, and then they have student journals that go along with that. They've got a junior one, and then they've got an older kid one. The other great thing is they also have an audio version for the textbook, which is like so great for me because I don't love to do all of that reading. Sometimes I will, but I love to have the option if it's a really busy day to be able to turn on the audio version and let them listen to the lesson and not me have to read it all. So I am really excited about that. So we will get the textbook and we'll get the student journals for both of my boys. I don't think Emmy Grace, my kindergartner, will do it with us, but if she wants to participate, I will probably just photocopy her a worksheet out of one of the boys' student journals. So we'll just see how that goes. But basically there's 14 lessons. So again, this is something we'll do very slowly over the course of the year. We may get it totally done this year and start something new in January. I don't know, but I'm thinking this is going to be something we just slowly work through because from my understanding, one lesson takes several days to complete. There's so many experiments that they include in here and so many hands-on activities, and that is one of the reasons that drew me to this. They're going to have an opportunity to make a galaxy mobile, a Goldilocks zone, a globe, maps, and crystals. So they're gonna love that. They're gonna be so excited. And Earth Science is something we really have not explored yet. This one, it takes very much a Charlotte Mason approach, and it introduces them to the planet, and it talks about the universe, it talks about the spheres and mapping our planet and forces that make and shape the land and the sea, the climate, the weather, cycles of life. It's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited. They cannot wait for this. So that is what we're doing for science. Now, a few additional things that we're gonna be doing. We are going to be working our way through the Children's Book of Virtues. I've been wanting this book for years, guys, and I finally found it. I got it off Thrift Books, and it was actually really cheap. So I've been wanting this book, but it was kind of pricey. Oh, there's a note in here from somebody's grandma and grandpa. That's sweet. So it has got basically really cute poems and lessons throughout about character and manners. It's also really beautiful. So we will probably do maybe one of these a week. I'm planning to kind of make a little loop schedule of some of the different books that I want us to read this year because I've got several on my lap here and I don't know how we're going to get through them all if we try to do every single one every single day. So we'll probably just about 10 minutes each day for some fun books like this. But I really am working hard on teaching them character, manners, all of those things. So that's why I have that book. And then also why I got this book. I think I got this one on Thrift Books too, but this one's called Manners Can Be Fun. So this book just talks all about manners in such a fun and cute way. Let me read you just one. It says, "How do you do? If I am a girl, when I meet you for the first time, I smile and hold out my hand to you. I don't just stand with my mouth open and leave you holding out your hand. If we already know you, we say good morning or good afternoon or good evening." So it's so good, guys, especially if you have homeschoolers. You know, we have to teach them these things because it doesn't always come natural, but it's so important for them to know. I also grabbed these two. I think I got these at a used book sale, but they're little Mother Goose rhyming books, and they're so fun. They have the most beautiful artwork in them. But we're just gonna do a few of these every day. They're just like a little poems. This probably will be something we just do in our morning time. Maybe every day, maybe a couple of times a week. But they just have fun little poems throughout. And I'm trying to do just a little poetry with my kids because I'm not big into poetry, but it's so good for them to learn. And so I really want to try to incorporate just a little bit of that this year. Oh, one thing we are going to do is a music study this year. My sister gave me a book. I'll put it on the screen here because I can't remember the name of it, but it goes through some different composers. It teaches the kids a little bit about music because normally they take a music class in co-op, but neither one of them are doing that for the upcoming co-op year. So I decided I would just incorporate that maybe once a week. Again, it'll be one of those books that we just rotate through, but I wanted them to learn just a little bit about music and composers this year. So we will be including that book too. So I filmed this video about a week ago, and then I realized today that I forgot to mention a few things. So insert this clip here. One thing that I forgot to mention that we are going to be doing is the Olympics unit. It is a unit study from my friend Jess at Silo and Sage, and I will have it linked below. You can use my link, but it's the Summer Olympics unit study, and I'm really excited about this because my kids are really into the Olympics and learning about it and all of that, so I thought this would be perfect. And it's just a very quick, I think this will probably take us about 6 weeks to complete, and I feel like that's doing maybe 1-2 lessons a week. I think it's the way I had it planned. So it's really great. It has some vocabulary in here. It has different topics each day. So one day it'll be ancient Olympics versus modern Olympics, how they're different. You get to color the Olympic rings, color the flags of the countries you see in the Olympics, color the Olympic torch, and then the next day will be about the opening ceremony, how that works, what did you observe, famous Olympians. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. I feel like we may start with To Every Nation and do that for a few weeks until the Olympics starts, and then when the Olympics start, then we will move into this and do this for about 6 weeks, and then we'll go back to Every Nation. And so with the Olympics unit study and the To Every Nation study, that should get us to about week 18 of school. So after that, I plan to finish up U.S. History 3 from Gather Round, and then I'll probably have a little room for one more unit, and I'm just gonna see what we feel like doing at that time and make the decision then. But another thing I wanted to let you guys know that we will be doing as a group is FORM. It's FORM, FORM curriculum. I'll leave a link for it below. It is an awesome health and fitness program for kids, and I'm really excited about this because I had been looking for something like this forever, and it was such a blessing that I was able to find this when I did, because it teaches kids how to eat healthy, it teaches them how to be healthy body, mind, soul, and it teaches workouts, so it teaches them about nutrition and how to just build a solid foundation of health in their life at an early age. I feel like it's so important for kids, especially the world we live in. There is such an epidemic with obesity and all of that, and I just want to prepare my kids really well for a solid foundation and knowing how to eat healthy, knowing how to work out, knowing how to move their body. I'm never going to pressure them to do any of that, but at least they will have the information and the knowledge to do it if they choose to do that. So we haven't started it quite yet, and when we do, I will let you know how we are loving it. I may just do a whole full video on it and just talk to you guys about it if we like it, but I'm really, really excited to start this. We will do this early in the morning, like after chores and breakfast. We will just start our day off. From my understanding, I think there's a video about how to eat healthy or whatever the theme is for that day, and then there's also a workout. So we are gonna do that, and then I also wanted to mention my kids' co-op classes that they're gonna be taking, because these are kind of like electives, and I should have included them in my curriculum videos for each child, but I forgot, so I was gonna mention them here. Okay, so my 3rd grader, he is gonna be taking a Legos class. One of my good friends is teaching this. Both of the boys are taking this, and they're gonna love it. It's gonna be so fun. But also, I feel like Legos are just so good for kids' brains. It helps them in so many different ways with their hand-eye coordination, with problem solving, with just teaching them the early basics of engineering. I feel like it's just so good. So both of them are gonna be taking a Legos class, and then they're both gonna be taking a theater class. They've never done any kind of acting, theater, anything like that. So I think they will have a lot of fun. Our co-op puts on a little program at the end of the year, and they are excited to be a part of that this year. And then My third grader is also going to be taking a reading class and a piano class. And then my oldest, my upcoming sixth grader, he's going to be taking IEW. I talked about how we're using IEW also in our everyday school, but also it's going to be part of our co-op. So he's going to be taking that as well as middle school Spanish. So let me get back to the other video. And I think that is it, guys. That was a quick one, but I hope that was helpful. That is what we're doing for this upcoming school year. If you want to know any of the curriculum choices that I have chosen for this upcoming school year, you can find it all right here in this playlist. I have a whole curriculum playlist for you guys that has what we've ever done in our homeschool, well, since I started YouTube. So that is all available there for you if you want to look through any of those. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's a free way that you can support me and it always helps so much. And I'll see you guys back here very soon. Thanks for watching.